Hello. Today we are going to go over Stata and some basic data work. What I'm going to do today is to replicate the first empirical example, data example from the textbook. So, by the way, this is a PDF file of the textbook, and I use it for educational purpose. And let's go down. And then the first table is in here. So this is the first table you can find in your textbook on page 13. So same table in here, and I use this PDF file to show you what it is on the video. And this table is a very simple uh, data analysis. So the data is from the National Health Interview Survey, and we use two variables from this survey. One is about the question: during the past 12 months, was the respondent a patient in a hospital overnight or not? So whether the survey participant has been hospitalized overnight or not. And the second question is, would you say your health is in general is excellent, very good, good, fair, or poor? So it's a question about the general health status. Based on them, and it is calculated from 2005 National Health Interview Survey, and what it calculates is to divide the group into two groups. One is one is those who have been hospitalized in the past year, and the other group is those who have not been hospitalized in the past year. So then the sample size in each group is like this. There were like nearly 7,700 people who have been hospitalized overnight, and the other side 90,000 people have not been hospitalized in the previous year. And for each group, like for those who have been hospitalized, the mean health status, the average health status was health grade was 2.79 out of 5. So I mean 1 is excellent and 5 is poor. So the lower the better. The lower the better. So and the grade is 2.79. On the other hand, for those who have not been hospitalized, have the mean health status of 2.07. And remember, 1 is excellent and 5 is poor. 1 is excellent and 5 is poor. That means the lower the better. So that means those who have not been hospitalized have better average health status, right? So this is the first question we are going to consider next week, because it looks like hospital does not help. Hospitalization make it worse. Is that true or not? So we are going to study that next week. Today we'll focus on how to make this table from the data. And standard error is calculated. Standard errors are really small because the sample size is huge. So there are 90,000. So nearly like 100,000 people have been surveyed. So we calculate the average and the standard error. And by the way, in case if you do not understand what is the sample size, what is the mean, what is the standard error, then I cannot teach you everything. So then please review the basic statistics textbooks so that you understand what they mean. Okay, so now what we are going, as I said, we are going to replicate this table, regenerate. We are going to download the data and use Stata to calculate the outcome, this table. So first, from Google, on Google, I'm going to health interview survey. I'm going to type National Health Interview Survey, and then you will see this CDC webpage, right? NHIS. So go there, and we are going to data sets. So maybe the same thing. And I am going to use 2018 dataset because actually there are updated newer data, but there was a change right since 2019. So the data structure has been slightly changed from what's in the textbook. So to make the data equivalent in the same format as the textbook data, I'm going to use 2018. So 2018, or you may come here and just 2018, same thing. And from 2018, you click data release. Data release. Then you get data files. Expand it, and you see many different files. Some data are based on their family, some are based on their household, person, and child, adult. So there are many different survey questions, and what we need is a person file. So our questions are about have you been hospitalized, or what is your health status? So it's about the person who is answering the question. So we are going to download CSV data. CSV, there are two different data formats, ASC2 data and CSV data. I prefer CSV data. This is similar to Excel spreadsheet file, and it means comma separated values, maybe format. And I downloaded. I downloaded the files, and I will excuse me. I'll open this file here, and I'm going to move this file to a folder that I made as a homework, C drive homework. So of course you have to extract the file, and you may open this file on Excel, but I would not recommend that because, as you see, the file is like 53 megabytes, which is a lot. So and remember, the data included 10,000 people, so it's a huge data. So when you open this on Excel, it will take a lot of time depending on your computer specs, but usually I expect, I have not tried it, but I guess it would take a lot of time to open this data. So we downloaded the data, and what we also need is this. So we need this data, but you have to understand how the data is defined and what they mean and what's the value. So then you have to read the variable summary. Summary has the list of variables. Just have a look, and there are very interesting many interesting questions, just in case if you are interested in this data set for your future research or for your master essay, or if you need a term paper for another course, then this data set, you may use this data set. It's public, it's free. Like for example, you can just read through that, like duration of vision problem, about vision problem, hearing problem, and back or neck problem, and there are birth conditions, birth defects, and a lot of medical health problems are included in this data set. So It's very useful, but what we are going to use is hospitalized. Hospital. Uh, so uh, this is what you are going to use. I don't know, it does not. So it says has been in a hospital overnight in past 12 months. So this is so where was it? Where was it? Uh, so hospitalization variable is here. You have to remember this variable PHOSPYR2, right? That is hospitalization variable. And status, I would say health status. Health status. Reported health status is in this variable. So PHSTAT. Status, health status. So these two variables are the main variables we are going to analyze today. And by the way, as you see, there are a lot of variables, 26 pages. Just the list of variables makes a 26-page document. So number of variables are more than 600. So it's a huge data set. And it's not enough. We need to read another file, variable layout. If you open another another file, variable layout, then it explains the structure, the values, what the values of a variable means. For example, let's if you remember, something is not right here. So remember the variable name was P person and HOSP hospital and year 2. I don't know why it assigns 2, but anyhow, so this variable is exactly what we wanted, including all infants born in a hospital. Have you been hospitalized overnight in the past 12 months or not? Then, so the question is obvious, but answers may not be obvious. So you be like, obviously, there should be yes or no. The answer should be yes or no. But in a survey, always there are problems like these. So, refused, not a certain, don't know. So these kind of outcomes do exist. They exist. So later on, we need to delete them. We cannot utilize those outcomes. So we have to understand like this how the variable answers are defined. So you have to read them. And similarly, we need to look at the answer to these variables. pH stat, the health status. What is the health status? 1 is excellent, 5 is poor. So 1 through 5, 1 being the best and 5 being the worst. And also there are variables not relevant to our analysis. So we are going to delete those answers later. So this is what you have to do for the first step in a data analysis. Of course, you have to download the data, and not only the download the data, but you have to find out which variables you need and how they are constructed and what are irrelevant outcomes so that you need to clean out. So these are very first step you will go through in an analysis. By the way, what I do here is homework number 1 will be homework number 1. I'm just showing you this because it's too easy. You don't need any preliminary knowledge. So we are going to analyze in the next video. We are going to analyze the data on Stata on a program. We'll show you how the Stata, the program works. Okay, thank you, and see you later. Bye. I will see you right, another video, right, pretty soon. See you there.